Alright, my name is Jacob. We've got a leg session on the agenda today. Sort of trying to push weight up a bit with my just progression with regards to my bodybuilding training. Calories are just over 400, about 4,200 calories. And we've got a leg session today. We've set our targets, going from a lying hamstring into a Smith machine squat, into a pendulum, into a leg press, and then a leg extension, a split squat, and then some adduction work. So looking forward to it. Energy levels are decent today, feeling a little bit run down, just getting back into the rhythm of working again after the break. So getting my sleep sort of pattern back into routine. No excuses to though. We're going to hit our PBs, hit our PRs, hit our progressions. Every session is a progression, and adherence is key. So it's first proper video like this for a while, so we'll see how we go. Feeling a little bit awkward, but I'm excited to take you along. We'll see you at the gym. Alrighty, what's going on, people? Little black tea here, and just going to do a bit of a voiceover for this leg day. So obviously starting off with some calf raises. It's not really going to take anything away from my leg work. Of course, that's what you need to consider when you're putting something like that at the start of a session. Sometimes people put arms and that sort of stuff at the start of a session. It's also another good choice. It's not going to necessarily take a lot of energy away from any of your main pressing work for your leg movements, which of course we want to maintain. And you also just need to be aware of your volume and that sort of stuff there too. All right, so we've got our first movement of the day. Got our lying hamstring curl. Now, you will obviously want to think about placement of exercises and why you might have something like a quad extension compared to a hamstring curl at the start. If your quads are stronger, maybe you might put a hamstring curl at the start of the session. Do a heavier set of 6, roughly, maybe 2 reps either side. I usually don't like going below 5 on that sort of work. So maybe work my way up to 8 reps. Or if I hit 7 reps, I'm feeling good, I might go for a progressive overload in the weight again, okay? Micro loading, anywhere from like 1 to 2 kilos at the most, is sort of what I aim to get around. But generally what I want to speak about for this video was, should you be doing any more than 5 reps? I think 8 is maybe the upper echelon of the range that's going around on social media a little bit at the moment. And sort of coming out on the other side of a phase of lifting with regards to information and where I'm at with my knowledge. There's a lot of information out there on social media and it can be very confusing. And to know what to do is super difficult. What to choose, what to try. When it comes to this particular topic, I think there's some clear issues with just making a clear statement like this. So to make things simple, I like to be very optimistic. Let's say that there's something that these our researchers haven't been able to test for, haven't tested for with regards to 5 to 8 compared to like 12 to 15 reps. Why not let's do both? Let's get strong at both rep ranges. Let's make sure we maybe got a top set of 6 to 8 reps and then a back off set of 12 to 15 reps. Perfectly fine. If you understand how to take an exercise to failure, you're going to be completely fine because you're still achieving the same thing. Now, if we touch on the fatigue topic a little bit, our body's able to adapt. We put more weight on the bar, our body adapts, but it does create more fatigue. Okay, higher rep range, it creates more fatigue. You're going to be able to adapt to that though. It's not something that if you do, you're just not going to be able to recover from. All right, you're going to be able to adapt to that stimulus. So for people saying, oh, the recovery demands are higher, absolutely, but you just account for that in your program. Maybe you're doing 10 sets a week of chest or pushing work and drop that down to 8. You're still getting high quality sets in. If you're able to recover from it, it's a good amount of volume. And then you go from there. You might even find a period of time where you're able to go to 9, 10, or even 12 sets a week. If you can recover from it, why not do it? All right. We're constantly trying to find how much volume can I do whilst recovering at the same time, because that is the balance that you need to find. Enough volume to be able to recover from, but also enough volume to provide enough stimulus. maximal volume with maximum recovery is obviously the sweet spot. The other question that's been going around is, what's the point of the first 5 reps of a 10 to 12 rep set if only the last 5 reps of a set are the most important ones? Well, like I touched on it, beginners, they're going to need that repetition, that ability to repetitively move in the required fashion, may it be a squat pattern, and they might use those first 5 reps to actually just start moving right. Even myself, sometimes I need a couple of extra reps just at the start to get in the groove, make sure that I'm moving properly, get my cues going, and then I'm really targeting that muscle group. I've honed in on my technique and I'm really ready to go for those last couple reps. Other than that, there's nothing really else on the top of my head that I can think of to as why you do any more than 5 reps, because the premise is that the last 5 reps are the most important. Other than an aspect of enjoyment and my belief that you should be strong in all rep ranges. But other than that, keep things simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate them. All right. If you get too strong for a piece of equipment, all right, and you just want to keep loading it, do higher reps. Put it later in the workout. All right. You're obviously very strong at it. If it's still a weak point in your physique, put an exercise before it where maybe if you're doing a tricep push down and you've maxed out the stack, you're wanting to add weights on, but you just can't, do a different tricep exercise first. You're not going to be as strong by the time you get to it. So there's heaps of ways to work around this. Think about things simply. The main pillars of bodybuilding or hypertrophy training, body composition, are always going to be the same. Adherence, intensity, volume. That's your Dr. Helms pyramid of hypertrophy training. They're always going to be the major contributors, okay? So don't get too stressed about the sort of slight differences in training styles. Get those hard reps in, get the volume in, get the adherence and frequency in, and you're going to be getting, if not the same results as someone who's putting a significant amount of brain power into programming and trying to hack every different aspect of bodybuilding. Hope this was helpful. I'm looking to do these every second week and give you guys little tips. Just really simplify things, not make things complicated, because that's how I've made most of my progress.